Alright, so I watched a video detailing how these Battlemaster maneuvers actually work in this game. And it added to the amount of annoyance that I have in regards to it. Commander Strike allows the ally that you grant the extra attack to use their reaction literally on their turn for an extra attack. How this fucks things up is that if you happen to have a rogue who is either in melee range of an enemy where they would get sneak attack, or in a ranged attack range of an enemy where they get sneak attack, sneak attack works once per turn, not per round. So if you were to Commander Strike a rogue, and maybe you were the one in melee range with an enemy, the rogue would immediately get the option, if it hasn't already used its reaction, to make a ranged or melee attack, depending on what they're in range for, against the target that you're currently in melee with, and they would get sneak attack damage on it, and then when they actually had their turn, they would get sneak attack damage on their turn, as long as they hit, obviously, and then the conditions are met. So I can't guarantee that Commander Strike would actually allow that, especially because they're only allowed to use a reaction on their turn only. So I can't trust it. Disarming attack, according to the video, does extra damage, has a good chance to make the target drop their weapon, and you can pick up their weapon immediately on your turn as a free action. This game allows for looting, picking things up, etc. as a free action ad nauseum. Or ad infinitum. I don't know, whatever, whichever one makes more sense. If within your movement distance, your move speed, you had 7 enemies that you could loot, you can loot all of them, not costing you any move speed, not costing you an action or bonus action. You just do it. You can pick up, it's the same for picking things up off the ground. So if you disarm a big boss type kind of enemy, and you get rid of their big weapon, and then pick it up immediately, you've effectively neutered that enemy. So, very good in this game. Distracting Strike, as far as anybody can tell, it says your allies get advantage on their next attack roll against the target. It literally only affects the next attack roll. So the next ally that does an attack roll against the target gets advantage. So it could work for your rogue, granting a guaranteed sneak attack or a guaranteed guiding bolt advantage, or other attack roll, spell, or massive damage kind of thing. So, but only the next ally that decides to try to attack that target with an attack roll. Evasive Footwork seemed dumb overall. Fainting Attack uses both your action and bonus action to give you advantage, and an additional 1d8. So in theory, if you are a two-handed weapon dealer, or two-handed weapon user, and you have not, I don't know how it interacts with your bonus, like your second attack when you reach level 5 for like fighter and barbarian and such. But maybe that would be cool, actually. If you're a class, like if you're a fighter and you're not two-handed weapon fighting, you don't use your bonus action for much anyway. So if you have a two-handed weapon and you want to get that extra chance at a crit, I mean, maybe it's good. Goading Attack only seems to last until the target starts their next turn. So it really only seems to be good for allowing your allies to possibly escape with a lesser chance of being hit by opportunity attacks from that target that you hit with a Goading Attack. Otherwise, it does not work nearly as well as it does in D&D. It seems to be glitched, or the developers didn't want to make it similar to D&D for some fucking reason. It's annoying as hell. Maneuvering Attack works as it says. You get that extra D8 damage, and another friendly creature, you can have them move up to half their movement speed. So it can do a little bit extra damage. It can help an ally get out of trouble without getting opportunity attacked. So not a bad choice. Menacing Attack does the extra 1d8 or whatever your superiority die is at the time, and it has a chance to frighten. If they're frightened, they have disadvantage on all attack rolls. In this game, they can't move at all, when in reality, frightened status in D&D is they can't move toward you. They can't willingly move toward you. As opposed to, like, I think terrorized means they have to move away from you, like, and they have disadvantage, blah, blah. But the way it was explained in the video seems that Menacing Attack isn't as... It's okay. Like, it's an okay choice. If it was between Menacing Attack and Disarming Attack, honestly, Disarming Attack, if you can use it on a big boss type and make it drop its powerful weapon and pick it up immediately, it's just better. That will last the rest of the fight, as opposed to the Frighten from Menacing Attack probably only lasting one round. So, Precision Attack, you get an extra 1d8 chance to hit with an attack roll. It's okay. It's fine. Not great. Pushing Attack was advised by several people that I looked, saw comments and other whatever. It will push them 15 feet away from you. It can be used ranged also. So, depending on the territory where you're fighting, it has a good chance of pushing the target off a cliff. Again, depending on your positioning versus theirs, and the location of cliffs and falls and other things, like you can push them into fire or water, maybe? I don't know. If they're swimming, if it's actually even possible to push the target into water so deep that they're swimming, they would effectively have disadvantage on attacks, half movement speed for difficult terrain, and maybe even you would have advantage on attacks against them because they can't dodge as well? I don't know how that works in deep water, or even if you can push them into deep water. That's a good question, actually. It'd be worth testing, actually, but I don't want to do it right now. I might do it later. I might roll up a fighter and then make him a Battlemaster and test it out. I think you can change your maneuver every level. I don't know. Rally, in the video I watched, Rally not only gives 8 straight temporary hit points to an ally. I believe in actual D&D, you roll your superiority die, and whatever the number it lands on is the number of temp hit points they get. However, apparently in this game, it also will give 1 hit point as well as the 8 temporary hit points to a downed ally. One that is not dead is still making death saving throws. You give them 1 hit point, they're now revived, and they get an additional 8 temporary hit points. So in this game, Rally is, if it works that way, if it doesn't work that way, I'm gonna be sad, but in the video he showed, it worked that way. It rezzed, for lack of a better word. It got an unconscious ally back to 1 hit point, and then gave him the temps as well, I think. Riposte, Post, whatever how you want to pronounce it, works exactly how it does in D&D. If a hostile creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use this as a reaction. Do your regular damage. So in this case, my 1d12 battle axe, or two-handed great axe, whatever, plus 1d8 superiority die damage. Sweeping attack has a chance to knock an enemy prone. Notice it does not say it does the actual... no, sorry. No, sorry. It does... Sorry, sweeping attack is not... It's not triple attack. Sweeping attack is a cleave, basically. I believe it's a 90-degree arc from what I could see in the video. Maybe like 120 or 100, but it looked like 90. Somewhere between 90 and 100, maybe. I don't know. It would hit 2 if you're right up in melee with 2 enemies that are literally right next to each other. What I watched in the video, it missed 1 target and did like 10 damage to the second target. So I believe it adds your superiority die plus your weapon attack die, I believe. So occasionally for some AoE damage from your fighter. Trip attack does what it says. It has the extra damage, 1d8, or your superiority die damage. Knocks the target prone. And when they're prone, any attacker that's using melee attacks has advantage on their attacks while the target is prone. Ranged attackers will have disadvantage. Because that's how prone works. So I am choosing Disarming Strike for the game-breaking possibility, Rally for the ability to possibly res, and Riposte. So these are all going to be very situational usages rather than just, I want to do some extra damage. And that's kind of how I like. But my fighter's just going to be a fighter, and then occasionally some of these will be useful. Riposte might be the most used, but we'll find out. So that's Lae'zel getting her level 3. She still has this Amulet of Lost Voices giving Speak with Dead. That's going to be the end of this video, specifically because I have to pee.
Long road
See you
ahead.
next time.